The Marvel Cinematic Universe always gets fans talking, and since the Skrulls were confirmed as being introduced in the upcoming Captain Marvel movie, theories have been rife regarding who the shape-shifting aliens might have been posing as. One of the more out there theories is that the Hulk has actually been a Skrull since 2017's Thor Ragnarok. In this video, we'll explore that theory even further. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It's the best way of keeping up to date with all of Screen Rant's great new videos. Before we go any further, please be aware that there are Avengers Infinity War spoilers in this video. And on that note, we shall begin.
Big, green, stupid.
Hulk, always Hulk.
The Hulk has been an MCU mainstay since 2008, the year the franchise started. The Incredible Hulk, the one with Edward Norton playing the big green guy, not Mark Ruffalo, was the second movie in the franchise, and the character has gone on to appear in a further 4 movies, or 5 if you want to include Bruce Banner's post-credits cameo in Iron Man 3. But he's been behaving very differently since 2017's Thor Ragnarok, which just so happens to be after he headed to space in a S.H.I.E.L.D. Quinjet at the end of 2015's Avengers Age of Ultron. Hey, space! Isn't that where the Skrulls usually hang out? Well, given that they're an alien species, yes it is.
What do you know about the Skrulls?
I know how to find them.
With that in mind, it does beg the question, is the Hulk we've been seeing since then actually a Skrull in disguise? The Skrulls are, of course, being introduced in 2019's Captain Marvel movie, but given that the movie will be set in the 1990s, there's every chance they've been toiling in the MCU shadows since long before Iron Man was released, possibly in front of our very eyes. We didn't actually see the Hulk arrive on the junk planet known as Sakaar in Thor Ragnarok. He was just kinda there, which was very suspicious. And although the Quinjet's there too, it doesn't mean the Hulk hadn't been kidnapped or killed by the Skrulls beforehand, although that's pretty unlikely.
The S.H.I.E.L.D. was just
In case you needed to kill me, but you can't. I know, I tried.
The Quinjet could easily have subsequently been piloted to Sakaar by the member of the species who's now impersonating him. Maybe the Skrulls were loitering just outside the Earth's atmosphere and took the Hulk when he left Earth after the battle in Sokovia. After the battle, they've now spent the last few years getting information about Earth from both him and Bruce Banner. Let's look at some of the clues which suggest the Hulk might not be the same character we saw between 2008 and 2015. First of all, wasn't it a huge coincidence that out of all the planets in the universe, Thor arrived on the same one as the Hulk? This theory further elaborates that Scourge was a Skrull planted on Asgard, whose job it was to make sure Thor got to Sakaar, as he was the only one of Hulk's allies who could get the Skrull posing as Hulk back to the Earth in a believable fashion in order to infiltrate the Avengers. And while that didn't happen, the Hulk has ended up back on Earth anyway, perhaps due to another Skrull, a point we'll get back to later. Banner also said in Thor Ragnarok he might not be able to revert back to his human form if he ever transformed into the Hulk again. And yet, not only did he change back into Banner after Thanos beat him up, he was also very willing to transform into the Hulk to face off against the Black Order and Outriders. Surely, if he didn't think he'd be able to change back, he'd be a little bit more hesitant. Moreover, why did Heimdall choose to send the Hulk to Earth? His best friend was Thor. Surely he'd want to save his best friend from Thanos' wrath on board the Statesman, and send him to Earth to best prepare it for the Mad Titan's assault. Could it be that Heimdall was also a Skrull and wanted to make sure Skrull Hulk got to Earth? Then there's the fact that at the start of Avengers Infinity War, when Banner landed in the Sanctum Sanctorum, he immediately remembered Thanos and the Infinity Stones, even though it was explicitly stated in Thor Ragnarok that Banner couldn't remember his experiences as the Hulk.
It's the city, Sokovia. Did we save it?
Banner, listen.
What?
Sokovia Ultron, that was 2 years ago.
He couldn't even remember where he was, even though he'd been on Sakaar for a couple of years. There's also a very obvious change in the Hulk's personality. He now laughs and acts like a baby, and even Thor commented on the fact that he was acting weird in Thor Ragnarok.
What are you doing? Stop doing
Tell him
that.
Tony wears his pants super tight.
Stop
Sorry.
it. Why are you being so weird?
I don't know.
The Hulk has now also genuinely lost in a few of his fights, which is very unlike the Green Goliath. He lost to Thor in the gladiatorial arena, if we're being honest about what really happened. He almost lost to Fenris Wolf, and he got categorically beaten down by Thanos. Although there's no shame in that whatsoever, the Mad Titan made it look incredibly easy. Too easy, in fact. Then when Bruce Banner was fighting alongside the other heroes in Wakanda in Avengers Infinity War, he was constantly making quips and jokes. All of that is incredibly out of character for Banner, as he's always been very rational and tense in previous movies. The fact he refused to turn into the Hulk on Earth was probably because, as a Skrull, he had absolutely no interest in defending the planet, and the fact he ultimately ended up in the Hulkbuster armor was just because he felt forced to do so and didn't want to give his game away. Maybe he also felt more protected in the armor, given that Skrulls wouldn't really have the same durability as the Hulk.
The Skrulls are here, and they can look like anyone. And Fury thinks one of you has been replaced by one.
If the Hulk had been a Skrull all this time, you're probably wondering why there was an internal monologue between Bruce Banner and the Hulk when the Hulk was refusing to come out after Thanos beat him down. It was probably due to the fact that when they go undercover, the Skrulls are taught to 100% believe they really are who they are portraying. If indeed the Hulk has been a Skrull since Thor Ragnarok, the Skrull in question will undoubtedly have gathered some extremely valuable intel. He'll know all about Earth, and all about those who might defend it. He'll have learned about the Sanctum Sanctorums, potentially had intimate chats with the likes of Tony Stark, Natasha Romanoff, seen the likes of Thor, Doctor Strange, Captain America, and Spider-Man do their thing, had access to the Avengers facility in upstate New York, seen some seriously secret Wakandan technology and the armies who protect the fictional African nation, and spent some quality time in the Hulkbuster. All the information has got to help his species if they're planning on invading Earth.
This is our world. It was promised to us, as it is written in the Skrull prophecies.
One thing's for sure, if this theory turns out to be true, it's going to have some very interesting and very serious implications on the MCU going forward, starting with the 4th Avengers movie and potentially ending with a secret invasion movie in Phase 4, which would be absolutely awesome.
Who are these guys?
I'll be Tony Stark.
No, you're not Tony. You're Bruce Banner.
Then why did you dress me up like Tony?
And that's the end of our video. Did you enjoy it? Do you think Hulk might have been a Skrull since Thor Ragnarok? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below, and please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Screen Rant for more great videos just like this one. Bye for now.